Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Luna and welcome to Luna's Bookshelf. In today's video I'm going to talk about the books I read in the month of February and March. I'm going to combine those 2 months because I read only one book in February and I wasn't going to make a whole video dedicated to only one book. That will be a little bit boring, I think. So I thought, why not combine the two of the months, those 2 months, so I have like a little bit more books to talk about. So that's what I'm going to do, and I would say, let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to talk a little bit of statistics. So I read in total, with February and March combined, I read a total of 6 books, and all of these 6 books are romance books. So you can clearly see what mood I am in. In February, I got into a reading slump. I also made a whole video dedicated to that. You can already watch it on my channel. Go watch it if you haven't already. But now we're back and we're better than ever because I'm reading a lot more. In March, I read 5 books, so that's a little bit better than February. So I'm very glad. I'm going to talk to them in I'm going to talk about the books in order, give my ratings, tell a bit more about the books, the basic things as always. So I would say, let's get into the books. So first up, in February, I read, as I said, one book. This was a book I got from my boyfriend for Christmas, and it's about an author I really was excited to read more books of because I read The Bodyguard by her, and maybe you now know which book I'm talking about or which author I'm talking about, Catherine Center. And I read the rom-coms by her in February. I didn't really know what this book was going to be about before going into it. I knew a little bit. Okay, so this book follows Emma, and Emma, she is a screenwriter, so she writes the the scenes for a movie or a series. But she's also taking care of her father because he had an accident and he isn't able to do everything alone. She also has a sister, but her sister is not doing a lot in this thing. She isn't helping a lot with her dad because Emma's like, I want you to live your life and do what you need to do. I'll take care of him, and yeah. But then one day she gets a call from one of her friends, and he is a manager, I think, from Charlie. And Charlie is a very famous screenwriter. He mostly screenwrites for like more sci-fi movies, but now he is screenwriting a romance movie, but it's not going well. So the friends of Emma is asking her to like help with the screenplay, like to make it better because it's not looking great at the moment. So Emma is a little bit hesitant in it because she's like, I can leave because I have to. She's like, I can leave because I have to take care of my father, and my sister can't do it because she has other things on her head. But in the end, she is going, and she's going to try and help Charlie. They don't get along. It's right off because there's some miscommunication, mostly because of the friends. So yeah, but eventually things start to evolve also between them, between Charlie and Emma. They connect, they talk, there's some fun banter, there are also some more deeper things going on into it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. There are some quotes I mostly at the end you can see I dog-eared. I'm sorry, yes, I did that. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can. But yeah, I also am obsessed with this cover. It's so cute. So yeah. So my rating for this one. At first I gave it 5 stars, but I think I was a little bit too happy finishing a book that I gave it 5 stars. It could be maybe 5 stars, but there were some things just a little bit missing. So I gave it 4.5 stars. I still overall enjoyed reading this book. It's a very fun book, also very sad because I was crying at the end. Obviously, Catherine Center does it always to me. So yeah, but Would definitely recommend reading this book. Then going into March, if you've seen my video about getting out of a reading slump, you may recognize some of the books I'm going to talk about, so I'm sorry from repeating them. Yeah, the first book I read was a reread, so I already knew I was going to like this book because I've read it 2 times before reading the third time, and I'm absolutely in love with this book and with the characters and the writing and everything. And that is The Love Hypothesis by Ellen Hazelwood. So yeah, this book is a book I love so much. It is one of my favorite books ever, and I could reread it a lot of times. So yeah, if you don't know what this book is about, it's about Adam and Olive. Olive is a PhD student, and one of her friends, Anne, I don't know how to pronounce her name, and she kind of has a crush on a guy called Jeremy, but Jeremy and Olive went on a date a little while ago, but Olive is a little bit scared that Anne isn't like going to take action in her feelings towards Jeremy if she isn't dating anyone else. So one evening, all of a sudden, because Anne is coming there, and Olive convinced Anne she's dating someone, so Anne can go out with Jeremy, but Olive isn't. But when one day she is in the apartment building, she sees Anne, and she's like, "Oh no!" She thinks I'm on a date, so she kisses the first guy she sees, and that is being Adam Carlson. So yeah, there's some things happening, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm dating him," but she's actually not. So yeah, but then she convinces somehow Adam to fake date. It's also kind of his idea, so they decide to fake it so Anne can date Jeremy. So yeah, you should read it. There are also a lot of other important subjects going into this book, mostly about a woman in STEM, because STEM is, I think, still a pretty male-dominated field, and this book talks about that, and I think that's really, really well done. Also, the writer Ellen Hazelwood, she is also someone from Women in STEM, if I'm not correct. Yeah, she is also a professor. So yeah, and she also writes articles about brain science. So yeah, it matches with my shirt. Isn't that cute? So yeah, this was definitely a 6-star read for me. If you don't know, 6-star reads are like the best, the top tiers. They are like books I absolutely love and devoured and could think about any day at any moment and could reread a lot of times. So yeah, that's obviously this one. Then going into another book, the next book I read is a book I kindly received as an art from Valentine's BR, and that is Drive Me Home from Carolyn Robin. This is part of the Drive Me series. This is a F1. So far there are 3 books with this one including this one. This is the last book. I haven't read the previous 2 books. I'm going to, especially after reading this book. So yeah. So I think I would have liked it better, maybe feel more connected if I read the 2 other books before, but I can know that. I would never know that because I haven't read them. So yeah. So this book follows. I have a paper here because sometimes I forget names and it's really important that I can maybe talk about the characters. So this book follows Charlotte, and her brother is part of the F1 team. She just graduated and she is coming along with the team. And also on the team is Lucas. Lucas is the best friend of her brother, and they kind of are hitting off. She has been having a crush on him since a very long time, and throughout the season they are talking a little bit more, connecting a bit more on different kind of levels. She also has diabetes, so there's also some representation of that, which I think is pretty interesting because there are some things you don't see a lot in books, and I love that. So yeah, I overly enjoyed it. I overly enjoyed the banter between them, the connection they have, but there was just something a little bit more missing. I don't know what it was, but it was fast paced, but I was just not that invested in their story. You know, I still gave it 3.5 stars. It was a good book, and I will definitely read the other two books, so I have more of a whole picture of the whole characters and everything it's including in this world. So yeah, I obviously read it on my co because I got it as an ARC. I didn't receive a physical copy of it. Then going on to the next book is a book that's part of a series, and I also read it in my reading slump video, and that is Twisted Games by Anna Wong. I am obsessed with the Twisted series. I read Twisted Love, and I didn't have this one yet, the second book, because I got the two other books, the final books, like Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. I bought them from a friend, but I didn't have this one yet, and then I bought it, and I was like, yo, this is time to read it. So yeah, this book follows Bridget. She's part of the friend group Ava is in, and Bridget, she is the princess of this small country in Europe. It is called, I don't know if it's on here. So yeah, no, it's not here. But she is this princess, and she is assigned a new bodyguard, Rice Larson. Rice Larson, he is like the tough guy look, that's his vibe. He is he has his past. He was in the military, I think, also, and now he is going to be the bodyguard of Bridget. They're hitting off. At first, there's a little bit some distance. They're not vibing as they should be vibing. It's a little bit awkward. They're not hitting it off. They're just not like, I don't know what I think of you. It's not like. Okay, I opened the window because I was getting real hot. I don't know if you can see, my face is really red. So I opened the window and I hope it's not interrupting the sound too much. So yeah, I was talking about Twisted Games. So I was pretty excited about it because I love like a bodyguard, and the bodyguard, I don't know how to say it. The one who has a bodyguard trope. I read in the bodyguard, obviously, and I was really obsessed with it. So I was really excited going into it. And I also loved Bridget in the previous books. I was really interested in her character and everything about her. So I was pretty excited. So Bridget is a princess, and her brother is like the crown prince. So he's going to be the king after their grandfather is going to stop being the king of the country. But then her brother decides to, I don't know how, abdicates. So he is like resigning from his crown prince duties because he's going to marry a girl that's not in this, like, I don't know how to say it. But yeah, now, so which means that Bridget is now the crown princess. Which is not something Bridget was prepared for. She was like, I'm living my life, I'm being a college student, and I'm loving it. I just graduated and all that. And now she has to be the crown princess of this country. So yeah, a lot is happening, a lot of drama, a lot of also other things happening, a little bit of mystery involved, but it's in all the books a little bit. So yeah, I overly enjoyed it. I think it's very fun. It's very fast paced. All of Anna Wonger books are, after I read them all already, definitely going to read other books by her. So yeah, I gave this book 4 stars. I definitely enjoyed it more than Twisted Love, but it's not just like the 5-star feeling for me. And then after reading that book, I was like, now I need the other book, because this was a book I was looking forward to most, because since book 1, the characters in it were like, they made an appearance as usual, and also in the second book. So I was like, I just have to read the next book right now, and that is Twisted Hate by Anna Wong. So yeah. This book is about Jules and Josh. Jules also part of the girlfriends group, the girls group, and Josh is a brother of Ava. So in the first book, you kind of see how they don't have like a good relationship. They kind of hate each other. That's like an understatement. They don't like each other at all. Josh thinks that Jules has a bad influence on Ava, and Jules thinks Josh is overreacting. So eventually, there are some things progressing in their relationship, as you can guess already. One day they meet each other, there are some games involved, and all of a sudden they were like, what if we just like be kind of friends with benefits? No strings and just having fun together. But yeah, they get to know each other a little bit better, and we all know where it's going to happen. So yeah, but there's a lot of other things going into, especially involving Jules, her past, because we know her, but we don't really know her. She has a past before she met the other girls, and a lot of things happens in her past we don't know about, and that's why we're also discovering and trying to uncover in this book. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It is also a very fast-paced and such a fun book to read. I just couldn't put it down. So yeah, I gave this book 4.5 stars. And now, the last book I read in the month of March is a book I've been eyeing for a really long time, and I finally gave and bought it because I was almost done with reading this book, but I had a little bit more on the train ride home, like an hour, and I was close to finishing that book. And I was like, I need another book, so I went and bought When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I've been wanting to read the When in Rome series for so long after I read other book by Sarah Adams before, and I also was very interested in reading Beg, Borrow, or Steal because I heard it's like academic novels, but I just wanted to read them in order. So yeah, I first read When in Rome, and it was so good. After reading like two spicy books, I was really into a non-spicy book because I think all of Sarah Adams' book are not that spicy. Or I know this one and The Match are not spicy books, are more closed doors, and I love that. So yeah. So in this book we follow Amelia, and Amelia is like a very public person image. She is a pop star, and when she's a little bit done with it. She wants to take a break from it because it's been a little bit too much and a little bit overwhelming for her. So she decides to take off to Rome because one of her favorite persons is Audrey Hepburn, and in a movie Kentucky Roman Holiday, she is driving off. She goes to Rome, but in Italy. But then she looks where is the closest Rome in my area, and that is Rome, Kentucky. So that's where she's going. But on the way there, something happens to her car. She strands in the front yard of this guy called Noah. And Noah's like, what are you doing here? Why are you standing in my front yard with your car? So yeah. And then Noah takes her in, and it's like a small town. Everyone is like, what is going on between them, what is going to happen between them, because Noah also has his past with another ex-girlfriend, all of the things. And also, very fun fact, Noah is a pie, he's the owner of a pie shop in Rome. So cool. So yeah, and Noah has three sisters, and they also have their books. Love it. There are 4 books in total. You have Run in Rome, then you have Practice Makes Perfect, then you have Beg, Borrow, Steal, and Sarah Adams just announced the last book, and I'm so excited for it. I still have to read Beg, Borrow, Steal. I'm going to really quick look up the name because I kind of forgot what it is called, but I just saw it on her Instagram. It's called In Your Dreams. I will put a picture of the cover, and I love it. And this book is about Madison and James, and I'm so excited. I can't wait, and I love the cover as well. But it's only coming out the 6th of January in 2026, so I still have to wait a long time. So yeah, that's pretty sad. But yeah. But about Run in Rome, I really enjoyed it. I also loved, even though it's a pretty short book, I really connected to the characters, both Emilia and both Noah. Emilia, everyone expects her to be like this fun girl, but she also has her struggles, and I really love that she is able to show them to Noah, even though she doesn't know him that well already. So yeah, enjoyed it a lot. I gave this 4.5 stars. I gave it 4.5, then I was like, no, it's 4.25, then I was like, no, it's not that. It's a 4.5. It deserves it. So yeah. Then I have talked about all of the books I read in February and March. I think I love this stack with all my romance books I read in these 2 months. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your favorite book was of February. No, let me know what your favorite book was of March, because it's the most recent month. I think my favorite, not including the Love Hypothesis, because it was a reread, I would definitely say, I think When in Rome, I really enjoyed it, and I'm invested in the characters, etc. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe to my channel so you can watch other videos of mine. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!